Alright, so this is where I stayed last night at Dock Knob Shelter. Didn't actually stay in the shelter. I hung my hammock between those two trees right there. Gray Man was in there in the shelter last night. He's a nice guy. He's trying to make up the time. He was off trail for a month and a half. And he's trying to make up that time, so he's pulling crazy 30-mile days, and probably have seen the last of him unless I see him in town in Harrisburg. If I go to town in Harrisburg, I haven't decided yet. It was a nice night. Barely had to use my sleeping bag at all. It's such a foreign concept from what I'm used to. Yeah, I fell asleep or just kind of dozing with my underquilt out from underneath of me and no top quilt on, and was just loving it. It was great. A nice little campsite right after. Good hammock hang right there too. Anyway, plan for the day is, I don't know, about 9 miles out of Harrisburg. I have a ton of food. I think I still have probably 7 days of food. There's no real need to go to Harrisburg. I may go anyway, just for the heck of it. It's only like a 0.8 of a mile walk into town. I was just there a few days ago, scoping it out with Kelly. And there's a Hardee's close. I think the Hardee's is probably half a mile walk. Don't know. Do I want junk food already? Probably. We'll see. I love rhododendrons. Imagine what this will look like when it's completely in bloom. That will be pretty. You know, there's an early bloomer. Let's get so the sun's not glaring it. Another few weeks, this entire tunnel will be, there's pink and purple flowers. The other one's starting to bud. Hopefully there's more roadies down south, which I know there are. I should get to see some. All right, so we're at Harris Cliffs, I think it's called, where the power line comes through. So there's the power line cut. And over here's the cliffs. All right, I think I'm just 2 or 3, maybe 4 miles from Harrisburg. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to go in there and get some real lunch and sit on the curb somewhere and eat. I don't know. Like most things I do, I'll decide like right in the moment. Well, that would be 6 miles. I just checked. Shows how much attention I pay to the map. Doesn't matter. Just keep walking till you get there. Okay, I was wrong. The last view was just the power line cut. This is Paris Ledges. A couple miles farther along. Wow. This is pretty cool. There's a box back here. Somebody has left. That's a geocache. I'm guessing it got wet and somebody's drying it out. I don't know if any of you are geocachers. I am. That's cool. There you go, Renee. Geocache for you. And no, I probably won't log it. Here's a cool little rock formation we go through. I love this wide angle that the S10 has. Pretty much the whole reason I upgraded my camera. Nice. So let's go see what the rock has to show us. So I guess this is Angel's Nest. There's Pearisburg. I see the Food Lion there. I see the Hardee's. And I see the Mexican place. It is calling me. I may have to do that. I'm not in any hurry, am I? So essentially the trail goes down this hillside and then goes across that double bridge there and then hangs a right and goes back up into the mountains over there to continue on. It's about 8/10 of a mile into town from the trail crossing. So that would add 1.5 miles. Decisions. All right, now I just gotta climb back up this thing. That's pretty amazing. All over the place. Guess it beats snakes. Well, I'm sure they're here too. So the Appalachian Trail follows across US 460. Probably should have gone into Pearisburg, but I didn't take the first road, thinking that it would make more sense to take the second one. By the time I got there and did the math, it would have been like 2.4 miles round trip to get into town and back. I couldn't bring myself to do that. Kind of wishing I had. I really Wanted a nice cold drink. Oh well. After much climbing and much heat, I'm at Rice Field. Shelter should be pretty much around the corner right there. I think I see it. I'm just looking for 2 trees, and I'm a happy man. All right, so here's the view. It's pretty damn pretty. As you can tell, we got a little bit of weather coming in. That's why I'm probably going to stay here, although there was a nice campsite another mile up, but I'm pretty toast. Let's go see if I can find some trees. All right, here's a little better view. That's pretty. Very, very pretty. It looks like the trail winds its way up over that next little pasture. But that's where I'm headed right there. It is 10 minutes after 7. Long day. Alright, so here's the end of the day from Rice Field. Fog rolling in. I think we ended up at like 15 and change